how to make yourself successful through job satisfaction. This relationship may not seem as big of a deal as it is to me. At least I see it as that when you really enjoy your job, it's going to help you be successful. My name is Richardson. I'm a coach here at Life on Your Terms, and I make these videos here so you can do exactly that. You can live a life on your terms. So, how to make yourself successful through job satisfaction. First, I'm going to share a very important disclaimer about this title. Then, I'm going to go into two separate things that impact your success related to job satisfaction. And you're going to want to stay around for the last one because the last one correlates the most between success and job satisfaction. So before I get to that really important disclaimer, you probably feel like your job satisfaction isn't that great and that's why you're here. And that's okay. That's where I encourage you to take the balance wheel in the description below, because that's not only going to measure your job satisfaction, but it's also going to look at your job environment, how you feel about your compensation, and it's also going to look at the other factors of your life that are also very important, like relationships, resources, and health, and how those things can all interplay together. So what was that huge disclaimer I was talking about in the beginning? Well, the very important disclaimer you need to understand about job satisfaction. Again, before I say any of this stuff, this is just my opinion, and you may not agree with that, and that's okay, but this is just my opinion, and this is how I see things and how these things have made me successful. So hopefully I'm going to share them with you, and hopefully they're helpful for you as well. So with that disclaimer, the disclaimer is that you do not have to love what you do at all times to be successful. There will be a lot of times from a day-to-day basis that you do not enjoy what you are doing, but the work needs to be done. For me, the clear example that comes to me right away is my cold DMs I send. They are unenjoyable. They are not fun because I get messages back of people pissed off, not really pissed off, but just like they're messing with me or they're annoyed, or they tell me to, one dude that just this last week told me to suck it, whatever it is. I don't enjoy that stuff. I enjoy coaching people, and so I know that if I want to be able to coach people, I have to go out and send these cold DMs because that's one method of client acquisition. So that's a clear example to me that I do not have to love what I do at all times to be successful. Sometimes the work just needs to be done. Another thing is that work does not always have to be meaningful. You know, I'm in between two different jobs right now. I work at Costco as my day job while I'm starting my coaching business and trying to grow this coaching business and working here at Life on Your Terms. And I realize that Costco isn't necessarily meaningful, but I know I have to do that work. And there's other things on a day-to-day basis that aren't meaningful to me as well. And there's going to be things in your life that are not meaningful, but the work needs to be done to get it done and to be successful. And the way I see it is that I don't have to love everything I do day to day or week to week or month to month. I don't have to think that everything's meaningful day to day, week to week, month to month. But what I do know, that all these little actions I'm taking will take me to my final impact, my final journey, my final destination of my purpose, which is the impact that I will make. And my purpose is to empower others to live a life on their terms, to live a life that they see fit and they feel really good about. And they're not a victim of circumstance and they are in control of their lives. That's my purpose and that's my impact. And I know I have to do all these small tasks to get there. So that's my big disclaimer about job satisfaction. Now, what were those two things I was talking about? They're going to be so key to being successful through job satisfaction. Well, the first thing is alignment. What do I mean by alignment? I want you to reflect on your values, your interests, and your long-term career goals to identify what matters. When you're able to reflect on, okay, this is what I value this amount of family time, or I value money, or I value travel, whatever it is. These are my interests, this is where I'm interested in, and these are my long-term career goals. When you're able to look at all that stuff, you're gonna feel really good about your job. And when you feel good about it and you feel good about where you wanna go, you're then gonna execute better and you're gonna find ways to get there. You're gonna be resourceful to get there when you love what you wanna do. You're not just gonna put in the minimal effort. When you have a really good vision and you're able to understand, this is what I value, this is what I'm interested in, this is what my career goals, you're gonna drive towards that, and then you're gonna feel better about your job. The second thing with alignment is to embrace the concept of work-life integration and where those boundaries can be fluid. So there's no work-life balance anymore. There's no go home and forget about your job anymore, because we're too interconnected with these devices. These devices keep us plugged in. So you need to have work-life integration where you're able to have life when it comes up and have work when it comes up as well. And you will define that balance. But once you figure out the balance of your work-life integration, how that fits into your life, being able to understand that, you'll feel good about your job. And when you have great work-life integration, you're gonna be less stressed, you're gonna feel better about your work, and you're gonna feel better about your life. Those three things are just gonna help you become more successful. At least in my eyes, they will. And what I've seen in my clients, in my family, and people I work with, that's what I've seen. Now, the third piece with alignment is align with the relationships that help you enjoy your job. For me, finding a great mentor has helped me really love my job and settle into it and really grind into it. Also, coworkers, finding great coworkers, and not necessarily even coworkers, but find people that are doing what you are doing. So for me, finding other coaches that are coaching people is fun for me and makes me enjoy my job. For my parents, finding things and people that are doing things that they are involved in has been really enjoyable for them as well. That can make you feel like you love your job, and when you're with like-minded people, again, you're gonna be more successful. So my third point about being successful through job satisfaction is growth. And this point is the most important, because the work is the goal. The work is what's gonna keep you going. It's not gonna be the outcomes, because you're gonna reach an outcome and you're gonna want a new outcome. But if you can fall in love with the work and you can really enjoy that, you're gonna chase being better quality work and better quantity of work. And when you can do that, you're gonna grow massive amounts. You're gonna see, because you love your job and you love your work, you're gonna be so much more successful and you're gonna feel really good about it. That's what's important as well. So another thing, when you love and fall in love with the work, you're gonna want the soft skills it takes to be successful. You're gonna want the hard skills it takes to be successful. And you're gonna want the career advancement to be successful when you fall in love with your job. So I really think that a lot of it does tie back to job satisfaction. If you can love what you do and you feel like you wanna perfect your craft, you're gonna have a drive that most people don't do. And I like to apply my martial arts background to my coaching background. When I'm doing Muay Thai or wrestling or Jiu-Jitsu or Krav Maga, whatever art I'm training at that period of time, I'm always thinking to myself, what can I do to just get 1% better today? And then I just reflect on that after practice, and then I just slowly get better and better and better. And I feel like that with coaching too. And when I feel that way, I love my job, and I really feel like that's the path to success, because I'm only focused on the quality and quantity of the work that I'm doing. And when I'm doing that, I'm gonna be more successful, because what I found in my experience is that success comes from consistency and improving. And that is what matters most. If you look at any successful person, look how long they've been in the game. I guarantee it's longer than anybody else that's not successful. So hopefully that was helpful. That's how to be successful through job satisfaction.